Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, what's up? How's life? So a couple of months ago, not a couple, like literally like what, 9 months ago, I did a video on being a majorette and like majorette tips and my experience as a majorette and whatnot, and that video did pretty good. And there was people that were like asking questions in the comments and such. And so in today's video, I'm going to be answering questions, giving a little more details or whatever about what it's like being a majorette and all that stuff. And let's get right into it. I hope you enjoy.
Let me raise a toast to the girl I love most in the whole world. Please don't say my name. Please don't say my name. Darla.
Anyway, so yeah, like I've said, I've already made one of these videos and there are points in this video. So yeah, like I've said, I've already made one of these videos and there are some points in that video that I made that I'm not going to be making in this video. So if you want to just pause this video, go watch that one and come back, or you could just stay at this video and then go back later. I do recommend, because I do give a lot of good tips and information in the video. First thing I'm going to get into is my experience as a majorette and what has changed as far since the last time you saw me, which was like 9 months ago. I am 17 now. I'm a senior in high school, and I'm still on the same majorette team. The Sterling Raiderettes do not play with us. So what's changed is last season I was co-captain. This season I'm captain of the team, and I'm super proud about that. Having this leadership role is very different than just being co-captain or just being in a different position on the team. As far as being a majorette, that's all that's happened. The like big change that's happened is that I'm now captain, and it's a lot of responsibility, but I love it, and I would do it again if I could. The only sad part about it is that I am a senior in high school, which means this marks my last year being a majorette. In high school, like my years of being a majorette in high school are now over, and it's really sad. Like, it's sad about, because like, yeah, I'm about to move on with my life and like become an adult or whatever, but like I'm not gonna be a high school majorette anymore. It's fine, because I won't be dancing in college, or will I?
You should totally like and subscribe to find out.
Now I'm going to get into something that I got asked kind of a lot, and that is what's it like being on a team, or like your first time being on the team. And if you keep seeing me look down, I have my notes, my experience on the first time, and also what I noticed as being in a higher position and being on the team for a little while. The first thing is there are nicknames for people whose first time it is on the team and first time being a majorette. Every team has theirs different. We call ours fresh meat. Some people call them oinks. Some people are crabs. It's different. You might not like the name, but just understand everybody else has been on the team before you, has went through that. They had to deal with it, like, because I've seen people like kind of get offended by stuff like that, and like it's happened to everybody has to go through it. I was fresh meat at one point, so just get past that. That's just like a little quick thing. So to really get into like joining a team for your first season, the first thing is don't stress too much. Yes, it's gonna be like all serious and you have to practice, make sure you're doing good, make sure you know the routines and such for when you're dancing or whatever, for whatever you're doing, whether it's like stands, battles, field shows. You do have to take it serious, but it is a very lighthearted, fun, free space to be in. Like literally, it's where you can fully be yourself. If you're having any issues like at school or at home or anything, this is a place that you can come to really just let go, be free, be yourself, and forget about everything. So when you are joining something like this, don't be too worried on if you know how to do a def drop, if you know how to do a hitch kick, all of this stuff. Don't be worried about all of that, because me, I didn't even know how to do the splits when I first joined the team. I didn't know how to do a splits. I didn't know what a layout was, And like I still don't know a lot of tricks like now. I don't know how to do a death drop now or whatever. So some places might make you have to learn those things, but don't come in really worried or stressing about that. You should come in really excited because it's a very fun experience, you know. The thing about when you first join a team, most teams have conditioning and training, and conditioning and training is just something that they do maybe for like 2 months in preparation for the beginning of the season, like first games, whatever, all of that. I'll give an example for how my team did ours. We did conditioning and training for a little over 2 months. Yeah, like maybe 2 months and 2 weeks. We'd get to school, we'd be outside, and we'd do a warm-up, and we'd stretch, go to the track and run roughly a mile or like half a mile. After that, we'd have to walk all the way across the parking lot to the school to go inside, and then we would work out inside, like actual like crunches, push-ups, all that. After that, we do deep stretching, which is like, you know, basic deep stretching, and then like practicing middle splits, left splits, right splits, holding frog position, all that kinds of stuff. And then after that, we would go to the bar and like practice plies, passe, and turns and all of that stuff. And then after that, we do what we call across the floor, and then we do batmas across the floor. If you don't know what batmas is, I have a video of my team doing it. I'll put it in right here. It's a side jazz walk, regular walks, and then after that, coach would have like a quick maybe 5-10 minute talk with us, and then we get into practice where we either practice walks, stands, dancing, all of the above. That's when you really get to the fun part, and ours is from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. It sounds like a lot, but it is definitely worth it. It's all to help you learn, and so whenever the season starts, you can actually start the season, not just like, you know, confused and lost, or like you're in the stands and you barely know stands and stuff like that. So it is there for you. You can't join the team unless you're able to do that. But if you've seen my first video, you will know that when I first joined my team, I didn't do the conditioning and training. I didn't even audition. I just showed up at the practice one day, and they just let me keep showing up, and boom, I was on the team. But like I said, with my first game experience in the team, when was it? I joined the team on a Wednesday, and I think there was a game that Friday or Thursday or something, which is either the next day or the next 2 days. So I had to go to that game, and I knew all of what, 2 stands for a whole football game. It was absolutely terrible. Like looking at the girls that are on the team now that has never been on the team, and they already know so much stuff. We already have enough material to get through a whole football game, and nobody will be doing what I did at the game. So there for like, you know, all the working out and across the floors, being back to back, there's no breaks and running and stuff. It's just to build your stamina, because football games and stuff are very tiring, because you're dancing for roughly what, an hour and a half, and so you do need stamina so you're able to get through that time without like passing out or something. So it is to help you and build up your stamina so that you're able to get through this stuff like that. And another thing, as coming in first, you might have to do like, not punishment, and it's not hazing, I don't know what to call it. Whenever we need something done, like we need the cooler filled with more ice, the fresh meat, the crabs, oinks, whatever you want to call them, they have to go do that. Or we need somebody to go do something for us, they have to go do that. That's their stuff. Is like, we're building you up to be on this team, you know. Another thing about being on a majorette team is that you're on a team with, most of the time, just girls. Girls have emotions, feelings, and we are very different from each other. No 2 girls are alike. You're not gonna get along with everybody, but that doesn't mean you can't be there for each other, because when you're on a majorette team together, and you pretty much spend every day with each other for like for a long time, like sisters to a certain extent. If you don't particularly like somebody on your team or whatever, you can't just be beefing with them and arguing with them. Like, you need to really handle it maturely and just talk to them personally, the situation and such. Or if it's like too blown out of proportion for you to talk about it personally, talk to your coach or something about it. That's all I have to say about that. The thing I'm going to get into is how to succeed as a majorette. So how to be successful on a majorette team. The main thing to me is just don't think you're too good for anything. That's one thing I didn't say in my last video. So even if you do have prior experience or something like that, or you notice that you're kind of doing something better than the other girls on the team, don't ever think you're too good for something, because that will only lead you down. You can learn more and more no matter what. Everybody could use extra practice no matter how good you think you are. I've been on the team for, this is my 3rd year. So there's some like stands and stuff that we teach that I already know. They're like muscle memory, they're burned in my brain. But when we're going over it and they're being taught again, do you think I'm just sitting to the side or something? No, I'm over there, I'm learning it. Because, and then sometimes even with those stands, I'm like, wait, no, isn't it like this? Oh, I didn't know that. See, I had been doing it this way this whole time, stuff like that. So you can always keep learning. You're never going to stop learning. So if you ever get to the point where you're okay with being complacent, that's not okay, and you need to really evaluate and have a self-talk with yourself, like, no, I need to be getting better and I need to keep going harder and harder, you know. Next thing I'm going to get into is practice. Make sure you practice. I said this in the last video, but I cannot stress it enough. You have to practice if you want to get any better. Also, like I said in the last video, do not think a 2-3 hour practice is all that you need. When you come home, you need to be still practice. Come home, play some band music or whatever, you practice it. Make sure you're stretching at home, practicing your turns at home, practicing your walks at home. You need to be practicing at home outside of practice. Like, ask your coach or a leader to somebody to record you while you're in practice, or ask for permission to be able to record yourself so you can see what you're doing and you can fix that. Or you can even do it at home when you're practicing. Practice in a mirror, pop your phone up somewhere so that you can practice that way. Just make sure you practice. Even if you feel like you're not getting better, you are. Like, one day you're gonna see a video of you doing a stand that you did that you didn't really look good doing, and then you're gonna be like, oh, I look so good doing this stand. Another thing about being a majorette that I got asked kind of a lot in the comments of my last video, or can I do a video on how to do some tricks, or do I know how to do tricks and all this stuff, and the answer is no. Not at all. I don't know how. I don't know how to do a death drop. I don't know how to, I don't even know the name of some, I don't even know the name of the tricks that they be doing. And that kind of says a lot, as this being my 3rd year on my majorette team. Last year me being co-captain and this year me being captain. You don't have to know those tricks to be good. Don't think you just have to be this elite, bendy, risky person to be a top tier majorette, because you don't have to. It'd be cool to be able to do death drops and all of that stuff, but do you have to be able to do that stuff to be a good majorette? No, you don't. A good majorette, all you have to do is, because I feel like a lot of people ask those questions and they feel like you have to do that because a lot of the other majorettes do it. And what is that? What is that? Comparing. Why are you comparing yourself to somebody else? The only person you should be comparing yourself with is your past self and how much better you are doing now. So like I said, you don't have to know how to do those tricks to be a good majorette. All you need is yourself, and know that you're working hard on your craft and you will be alright. You will be like good, like you're set. So that will be the end of this video. I feel like I was kind of all over the place with this video, but fear not, there will be a part 3 to this video. And as you know, in my part 1 I had videos of me dancing in it, but my actual first game is the Friday coming up. Do another video when that season is over, and I will have all of those videos in it. I will give more tips and how I feel on the end of my time as a high school majorette and whatnot. Yeah, so that is the end of this video. If you have any more questions, please just put them in the comments. I will be sure to answer them in my next part of the video that I will do. And yeah, that's it. If you like this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.